All right, in this video, I'm again replying to someone out of the comments, and the person is called Kalibuni or Kalibani. Well, she has two bunny ears, so I think it's Kalibani, and I also assume it's a woman because, well, it's a woman avatar. And, well, the assumption might be wrong, but I just address her this way now. And she basically says, we cannot have this for possible outcomes because here the order matters and here the order doesn't matter. And therefore, you have to also take into account the order of these two. Therefore, we have 2 times these and 2 times these. Yeah, if you think what the fuck, then that's the same what I thought, because this is just brainrot. And I will explain to you now with coins. You can flip 2 coins and there will be only these 4 possible outcomes. So you have 2 tails. Yes, that's 1 outcome. That's 2 girls. So then you have a boy and a girl, which means basically this coin here shows heads and this still shows tails. And then we have a girl and a boy, which means this one again shows tails. So for girl, and this one shows heads. So, and then the last one is that both show heads. So now I have accounted for every possible outcome, which is 2 times 2. 2 outcomes for this times 2 outcomes for this. These are the 4 possible outcomes. And here's what I never did. I never did this. I never took this coin as the first coin and then noted another outcome. This is basically the only thing you can do when you have 2 boys and want to split it into 2 different BBs. What you're doing is this one. Yeah. You just name the small coin first instead of the big coin. Yes? But if you do this, you would first split all outcomes into these outcomes. You would split them, or you would just create you would just create a boy 1 and boy 2, and a boy 2 and boy 1. And 1 is for the big coin and 2 stands for the small coin. So basically you flip this one around and then you say these are 2 different outcomes, okay? But then we also have to do the same thing for a boy and a girl. So if we have a boy and a girl for the small coin, and then we flip this, yeah, we have a girl for the small coin and a boy for the big coin. And the same is for the other possibility that the big coin shows a girl. So, and the same for the last one, but I already canceled this out because, well, we ask, do you have at least 1 boy? That's the experiment I'm doing at least. So, therefore, you have 6 possible outcomes left, but only 2 possible outcomes are favorable for you, which means that 2 of 6 or 1/3 are is the chance that you will select 2 boys. Yeah, and basically what you do, you are splitting. No, you are having 12.5% for each of these outcomes. Yeah, instead of 25% for each of them. Yeah, so you're basically splitting this one up into 2 different outcomes. Yeah, so. And what you wanted to sell me all this time in the comment is just you do this one, but you don't do this one. You just take you just take boy 1, girl 2, yeah, and then you say girl 1, boy 2, and those are different outcomes, but you don't consider the order here, and you take this one, and then you say it's 1/2 because it's 2 out of 6. No, 2 out of, well, I count this one out, 2 out of 4. Yeah. And, well, that's just the same thing that you always criticized on me, that either the order matters or it doesn't matter. You just made the trick that you implied that I used. But, in fact, you used it on yourself, and you fooled yourself. And that's the point. That this is why this is just brain rot, yeah?